Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
NHL season drops the puck tomorrow. VSiN has you covered. Our NHL hub at vsin.com/NHL. Packed with team previews, futures, award markets. Jonathan Davis did a great job. He's in studio tomorrow. New content and features rolling out all season. Don't get caught with your pants down. There's a game tomorrow at 2 Pacific. We're ready to go. Blackhawks, Panthers, 3 games tomorrow. Everything you need, Stanley Cup contenders, the player props in one place. Get ready for opening night, vsin.com/NHL.
There is a game starting, big one, coming up in a few moments. Dodgers taking on the Phillies, game number 2. You said that you were surprised the Dodgers are favored earlier. Why?
A little bit. Just season's on the line for the Phillies. And they were so good at home, even though they've had these issues now in the
playoffs. Yeah.
I can tell you this, though. What an edge it is. What an advantage it is with the schedule for the Dodgers.
Huge.
Who's to say they just can't go back to Snell, Glasnow, and Sasaki again?
Of course they can.
Game 1 Saturday, day off. Game 2 today, day off. Game 3 Wednesday.
So then they could go.
They'll run them right out again.
So then in theory, game 3, if they win tonight, right, goes well, they could go Yamamoto, Glasnow, Sasaki.
I know.
Right? Isn't Sasaki just absolutely filthy? I don't know what the long term is for him. He's going to have to probably be a starter, but if they wanted to make him like a closer, oh my God, I thought of like Eric Gagne and John Smoltz. Like, here you go.
And if you guys saw my tweet right before the game, I hope you were able to get down. It was quick though. And I know sometimes how we feel about sideline reporters, and it's just, hey, coach, what do you have to do in the second half? That was great. Right before the game, they asked Dave Roberts about Ohtani, and he goes, he's going. I want him to throw 100 pitches and get us into the 7th. Hello, over 14 and a half.
Yeah, right.
That was great. And he threw like 85 pitches.
Yeah, and by the way, Snell is in really good form.
Yeah.
Solid form. The reason why I already have the ticket on the Dodgers at 7-1 to win the World Series. I don't feel like adding any more on them, like betting game by game.
Phillies just became the favorite at DK.
Did they really?
Wow.
Well, if I want to chase the steam, I could get on board here. But like Luzardo, to me, he's too up and down. And it's like, is he going to go out there tonight and strike out 11 guys and give up absolutely nothing? Or does he get rocked for 5 runs in two-thirds? Yeah. I don't know which one. So I'm staying away from it. We'll get into the Monday Night Football game coming up and the other game as well, Brewers and the Cubs, in about 10 minutes. We got to do it, Pauly. I know that you were on multiple Arizona Cardinals Survivor tickets yesterday.
And I'm out.
And you're out completely?
I'm completely out. I had used them on 5. I'm out of the Circa, and I'm out of the Westgate.
I will never understand why people root against other people. I don't get that. I've seen it plenty, like on Twitter and social media. Don't you want people to like beat sports books?
What happened?
No, I'm saying this because it's good for my tickets that Arizona lost because I had 0 shares of Arizona.
Yeah.
But the last thing I want to do is root against. I didn't know how many you had. I didn't know how many David Baker had. Turns out, David Baker had him big time as well.
David Baker's sick. Yep.
And also, like that pain that you guys went through yesterday, I just lived it Thursday night. So I don't want people to go through that. It's a killer, man.
Yeah.
Now, I was over that on Friday morning, and Friday, like by the show was done, I was like, okay, moving on. I'm not going to think about it again this weekend. But as bad as the Rams loss was on Thursday night, this was on a rocket ship yesterday.
It was.
And it was,
I'm not the only one who just got knocked out back-to-back with the Rams and the Arizona Cardinals.
No, we're getting feedback all day long.
I can't believe it. And I also lost. I only had a 2 on them, but I had the Packers on that stupid Sunday night with the tie fiasco. It's like I score 40 points and I can't win that game on the road. But this might be the worst loss regular season I've seen by a team. And I know there's not a lot of them, but some Arizona Cardinals people saying it's the worst loss in franchise history.
Oh, I know people who live there. My childhood friend lived there for 25 years, and I talked to him today. He's like, they've never seen anything like it before. You quit playing and start to coast in the Carolina game and almost blow it. Okay, you didn't learn your lesson from that. Mm-hmm. Again, the Bill Barnwell tweet. The last 25 years, teams up 22 points or more in the fourth quarter were 1,276-1. He drops the ball again starts slowing down at the 20. And a great job, I think it was Snead, to come down. But he thinks
He doesn't think to chase after the ball also, after it rolls through the end zone, and celebrating early, which happens so many times and just happened last week. If you're running an organization, if you're a coach, you must come out, stand on the table, pound the table, and say, I am cutting you if you do this. And they lost the game because of this guy and what he did, and it happened with Mitchell the previous week. The tweets are good about, it's like you put the tee shot right next to the hole, but pick the ball up and forget to putt. The guy who hits a home run and is excited and ready to celebrate and forgets to touch home. I don't understand why this keeps happening and why they aren't why you aren't repercussions and ramifications for the guy who Murray comes out and says it's the last guy. DeMarcado, I would have expected it to happen to. His football IQ's off the charts, but it doesn't end there. Then of course Tennessee goes right down the field. You can't let Ridley get behind you. The interception, which then turns into a Tennessee touchdown, is all-time goofy shenanigan play. And then Gannon with the topper, with the cherry on the sundae. You're going to have the 2-minute warning. You're getting a freebie. You must throw the ball. It's going to stop anyways, the clock. He runs 3rd and 8, like you're going to pick that up. And of course, Tennessee goes right down the field, and they lose. I sat there for 10 minutes. I don't know how long it was, because by the time I realized and woke up out of my catatonic state, I realized I'd sat through every single highlight of every single touchdown of the day on the red zone. Stunned. I was out and eliminated in that way, in that sick fashion, in that cruel, unbelievable joke that Arizona played on everyone.
Yeah. Now, you said earlier that I'm going to get mad at you because you don't even want to get in the contest next year.
Yeah.
Now, you're living in the moment here. It just happened again, not even 24 hours ago.
Yeah. And then the whole Rams thing, too. It's stupid.
Well, here's the thing,
You can't lose a game like you're a professional. Why are you dropping the ball at the 1-yard line? Right. And why does it keep happening?
Don't you think my idea earlier is something that teams should, something like that should be considered? Look, I'm a little biased. My favorite athlete in any sport of all time is Barry Sanders. The young crowd might not be familiar with him.
Yeah.
But the highlight reels he's the best running back of all time, in my opinion. If you want to argue that, that's fine. But what he did when he scored 100 touchdowns in the league was he would go over to the referee and hand him the football. Again, as I said earlier, any of these players in the league today, you're never going to be close to as good as Barry Sanders is, ever. And yet you think that you're so good that you got a hot shot and hot dog it down the sideline and then let the ball out of your hands before you get to the end zone?
He slowed up at the 20.
Like, what? He's the best of all time, and he's like, look at the respect.
Yeah.
He doesn't trash talk. He doesn't get cute out there. So I would show, like, in every single year in the offseason when you're at camp and they're in that, like, theater-type setting, I put it on the video and say, you see this? This is how you're going to operate. And if you drop the ball, Pauly, to your point, I don't care who you are.
Yep.
You're gone. You're going to cost us the team probably like this. And now, like, okay, can the Cardinals be a playoff team? Possibly. But is it even more possible that this loss will come back and bite them in the ass? Yes, absolutely it is.
Yeah. We do this rant every year. It seems every month. It happened in a college game Saturday. The Colts guy, Mitchell, and Jonathan Taylor did it against Denver.
Right.
Same organization. And I don't know what it is, why the comparison, the analogy where you're just too jacked up, ready to celebrate whatever, where you're dropping the ball. This is a guy, Taylor's a stud, but this is a guy who's only playing because of not 1, 2 injuries.
That's right.
And in a backup role. And he takes away from his big moment. Untouched, by the way. Blew right through them.
Yeah, for 80 yards. Boom, here you go.
But the middle finger to the offensive line, the fans, everything. Oh, wow. I knew it's going to drop the ball at the 1. Game was over. And then it just... Also, it was 21-3, 5 minutes into the second quarter. They don't score the rest of the game. Yeah. That's on Gannon. I'm telling you, if I was an owner, I would just get rid of Gannon and all these guys right away and just say, that's just unacceptable, excusable, and unprofessional. And then the 3rd and 8, you're in field goal range.
Yes.
The snap hits Murray in the face mask. Ball goes to Tennessee. This is high school crap. Unbelievable. I don't know what it is, though. It's so infuriating that this continues to happen, and I need an explanation.
How do they think they're cool?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The sheer embarrassment, and that we're talking about him, ESPN everywhere, where it's this, you're in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. And it still doesn't detract from the fact that, I don't want to do this. That's the last thing I want to do. The first guy I remember ever doing it was Deshaun Jackson.
Right.
I go, you'll never see that again. Christ, it happens twice a month.
No kidding. So is it because they want to get across the goal line, and is that like the drop the mic moment? They're dropping the mic. Hey, guys, there you go. Big touchdown. Couldn't catch me. Big one for me. Look at me. I don't know. By the way, the Titans, this is going to make it even worse. They had 120 net yards in their 10 previous drives.
Couldn't move the ball.
3 3-and-outs to begin the third quarter.
Yes.
They were entering their 8th consecutive quarter without a touchdown or even as much as a trip inside the red zone. And this guy's going to put them up 27-6 PAT pending. And then don't forget about the 47-yard completion to Ridley on 3rd and 10, completely wide open.
Yes. How does that happen? If they go down and score, okay. But you can't have them, bam, right down the field. And you give up the big one on 3rd and 10. And then I've never seen the interception. Like, what's your hurry to get up for? Just stay down. And then you get it. Then your teammate kicks the ball, and he bats it into the end zone, and there's 3 Cardinals there, and the Titans grab a touchdown. I've never seen that before either.
I know. I just think about that. It's good for my other tickets that I'm still alive on, and I had 0 part of Arizona, and yet, like, the loss to me is just disgusting, and it's not okay. Now, Gannon was seen with video, by the way. He punched DiMarcado, by the way. Do you see that?
Punched?
Oh, when he was walking away, he swung at him like that.
Okay.
I don't know if he was hitting his chest or what it was, but he read him the right act, and then it looked like he kind of swung at him at the end. So, I don't know, he might get fined. We'll see. But we'll now tell you what that means for all the Survivor contests, because we finally had carnage, and get into the Monday Night Football game tonight as well. Let's follow the money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
We'll talk Monday Night Football with Mia O'Brien. She covers Jacksonville for ESPN Radio. Get her thoughts on the game tonight, and we'll ask if this elite Jacksonville running game through 4 weeks will continue tonight against KC. Shohei Ohtani not off to a great start at the plate in the playoffs. Struck out again, looking this time. And Mookie Betts with a single. And now a full count here, the way it appears, to Hernandez, who's batting 3rd in the Dodgers lineup. No score, top of the 1st.
Ohtani was bad as the playoffs went on last year, although he was certainly hurt. But this is alarming at the strikeout rate.
All right, so we just ranted about the Cardinals' loss yesterday. Pauly, for those who missed it, you said that you're now out of Survivor. You had 5 on them?
Mm-hmm.
Yuck. Sorry, man. So here are the details with Circa Survivor. Entered the week with 12,396 entries. 35-24 were on the Rams. That's 28.4%. 31-52 on the Cardinals. 25.4%. And 756 had the Bills last night. So 23 more people are on the Chiefs in this game. The contest is down to 4,669 people.
It was an all-time week. Rams go down. Arizona goes down. The Bills, the topper on Sunday night. Incredible.
1, 2, and 5 most popular.
Yep. I'm surprised there weren't more Bills either. And I'm going to agree with David Baker. The worst Survivor beat of all time. But he also says, I saw it coming for the last hour. And it's just malpractice to just run the ball there on 3rd and 8. To the guy, DiMarcado, who fumbled. Right. How's he still in the game? That's another thing, too. But he's got a good screenshot of the tweet saying, I got what I deserved because I was going to use Detroit if the Rams lost on Thursday. He was going to go with Arizona if the Rams won. But he knew a lot of people were going to be on the Rams, but once the Rams lost, that meant, hey, this might not go as long as we thought. You don't have to use the marginal teams, the so-so teams, as he said. And the other one was the screenshot of Sean Perry, who tweeted at Jeff Benson, I'm not going to chop. The $7 million Grandissimo was all mine. I took the Cardinals. There is absolutely no way they're losing. I'll bet my left you-know-what on it. You could see it coming.
It's always smart to tweet something like that.
Yep.
Okay, so then Grandissimo, 20 overall had the Cardinals, 15 on the Rams, 4 on the Bills. 16 entries left now. Each remaining ticket there or entry has a value of $431,250. Hello.
Yeah.
That moved quickly. And then over at the their Westgate Survivor Contest, $5,000 buy-in, 26 on the Rams, 24 Cardinals, 3 on the Bills, 1 on Philly, 1 on the Seahawks. That's down to 25 out of 111. That pool's worth $555,000.
How long are these going to go now? Now it's to the point where you get a big upset in 1 or 2 games, and you're looking at the guy who's already sneaks through with 1, and like the guy yesterday with the Vikings, you could scoop the whole thing.
That's right.
It'd be great. You list this on Survivor Sweat. Hey, give me $600,000 for the entry. Send some Bitcoin. We'll call it good. You could have 99%.
I know. Well, that's with these now contests getting this big. Like, what's the breaking point, or is there not a breaking point? Because guys with just millions of dollars with their bankroll, or poker players are going to be like, yeah, the entry is going to be $2 million. That's fine. I can buy that. Like, is there going to, when you want to sell it?
I don't know.
How high is too high?
Sure, I know it's only worth what someone's going to pay, but the people are going nuts with the FOMO and what it's like with regular Circa Survivor, the $1,000.
Yep.
Those things will probably go for $12,000 this week.
That high?
Well, $10,000, yeah. The implied value out the window with that.
And they're actually selling for that price.
Yeah.
But Luzardo got out of it lucky. Oh boy, that would have been a 2-run double for Freeman. But the right fielder was able to track it down. And so the Dodgers did not score a run. But they were threatening there with 2 runners on and only 1 man out. But the Phillies will get out of it. Luzardo will, and they'll come up at the plate now in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the first. Can I give you odds right now on some college football stuff? Like, you want the next head coach fired? I think it's real that Penn State and Franklin have to come to an agreement that this isn't not going to work out. It's just run its course. Like, that was the best they could do last year, but they were gifted the matchups with how it broke in the bracket. And then they lost a close one. I just think they whatever it is, you find some guy, what do you want to do? Let's talk turkey. Come to an agreement on the buyout, and that's it. You think so?
Yes, I do.
Here's why I'm going to push back on that. It's because I think Penn State making the playoff and making a run to the semifinals, like they did last year, I think they have to be happy with that.
They also played SMU and Boise. Every big opponent this guy plays, he's 4-21.
I know.
Against top 10 teams. How can he be the coach of Penn State?
Well,
and make that type of cash?
But here's the thing. Do we think this is like Paterno back in the 80s? Should Penn State really be like the elite program in college football? I say no. I say, like, this is fine where they're at. And I think Franklin is the record speaks for itself. It's comical. I'm not going to argue that. All I'm trying to say is Penn State ever supposed to be better, like, consistently than Ohio State? Are they supposed to be better than Alabama, Miami of Florida, Texas, USC? Like, I just rattled off 5. Oregon, that's 5-6 teams. I don't think they are. Like, who are they to say that we should win a national title like every other year? Penn State? Get out of here with that crap. They could be Nebraska.
Well,
down the road.
I think they're going to always get players, and I think they should be in the mix every year. Now, I think you're going to be in the mix regardless who the coach is, but you got to win some of these big games. And that he doesn't do that.
No, he does not.
Every time he plays the good team, look at the record against Michigan. Look at the record against Ohio State. Look what happened against Oregon. Look what happened Saturday. Not ready to play, 24-point favorite. UCLA had not led a game at any point this year, and you lose. And now you're not even going to – that's the other thing. The creativity tomorrow should be good with tip jar, but all these tickets, Penn State to make – everyone tied in. Penn State to make the playoff. Everyone had that.
Several.
Yeah, that's how you start that sucker.
I mean, preseason number 1, according to some people.
That's the other thing. Why do we have these dumb polls? Why do we do this?
There's no reason.
Texas was 1, Penn State was 2, Clemson was 4. That's 7 losses right there. They're just guessing.
What do you think has happened to Arch Manning's future?
No kidding. That's another good question. And I love, the Jordan Rodgers stuff too. He looks like a genius. Guys, I'm sorry. I watched the tape. The hype doesn't match the tape. I don't know where the hype's coming from. And I don't know what his future looks like, but Spurrier again nailed it. That if this kid was so good, why was Ewers starting? It was a 6th-round pick.
Did you watch the end of that game? Because there was a moment there on that final drive when they could have tied it up potentially. Arch had to come out of the game. His helmet came off. They put in the backup who made a brilliant throw. I would have left Arch on the sidelines. I would have said, this guy's the backup's going to play the rest of this game.
Yeah.
Maybe he can lead us down to score a touchdown. That's also maybe he's hurt. Who knows?
But you know this too. Because you are a Kentucky fan. You're going to walk in to playoff wins, Final Four runs, whatever, when you have the best talent. Sometimes you just have too much talent, and they're so good you're going to win. You saw that with Calipari. Like, they called him 7-win Sark at Washington for a reason.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you actually have to coach and you're going against other good teams and programs, you're going to get exposed.
All right, so offshore anyway, you can find this at a bunch of books, like Next Head Coach Fired in College Football. Luke Fickell at Wisconsin is a short shot at plus 150. You think the writing is on the wall here? Does he make the end of the season?
Know.
But if he doesn't, who's going to beat him to it? James Franklin's down to plus 250.
Really?
Yeah.
How about the Rasputin? Sunbelt Billy.
Well,
he's saving his job.
Big win.
Bad loss, good win. Bad loss, good win.
And they got something there with the defense. He's 6-1, by the way, Billy.
Okay.
Hugh Freeze is 3-1.
Yeah.
Stoops at Kentucky 7-1. Sark's actually 8-1. And then see here,
Sark is 8-1.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Next coach fired. How about that?
Wow.
And so then, but give me the guy. There's one guy on the list here.
Who are we missing?
Oh, for the next Penn State head coach. Matt Rule is 2-1.
Well,
It doesn't do it for me.
I mean, you got O'Brien. You could go NFL route if you wanted to as well.
Bill O'Brien's back there at 3-1.
With that, is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
how about this
took
name?
over a bad situation. I know.
Is this too obvious? Curt Cignetti, 6-1.
I don't know I don't know. That's a good one.
That's the guy that I had circled.
That's the guy on the top of everyone's list. But will he leave? I would hire that guy in a second.
Oh, money talks.
I want to see how he looks against Oregon. Yes. I love it. Google me. I win.
I
love his attitude. I love everything about him.
Here's the thing. I would probably get ahead of that because if Penn State wants to make a move, like if you're a major program scuffling and you're thinking about firing, like if Texas really gets serious about Sark's not the guy, I would look at Cignetti at any of these major programs.
Would you hire John Gruden?
I don't know, man.
No?
I don't know. At this point, would you?
That depends. I don't know.
At college?
Yeah.
You got to be a college coach now coming from the NFL, and you got to live in the NIL world and transfer portal? Urban Meyer, 9-1 Penn State.
Oh, really?
I mean,
what's Dabo? Is Dabo on there to get fired? No, get fired.
Oh, to get fired.
Does he have odds? You got to win, but there's more losses.
33-1.
Okay.
Belichick is 25-1.
Basketball season ready to tip off. VSiN experts have us hard at working, tracking the latest moves to help you bet smarter. Comes out tomorrow. NBA betting guide, previews, power ratings, best bets, futures. JVT's favorite title bets. Get an edge. Get it tomorrow. $9.99. VSiN.com/subscribe.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Fun game tonight, Monday Night Football. KC in Jacksonville, and the Chiefs are a 3.5-point road favorite. Total in the mid-40s. We head out now to the progressive guest line. Mia O'Brien, kind enough to join us live from the stadium. She follows Jacksonville, has for many years, and is close to the team. She's with ESPN Radio. Mia, thanks for the time today. How are you?
Absolutely, gentlemen. Happy to hop on with you guys. Sorry we couldn't make the video work. I was prepared to flip the laptop around, show you guys the field, show the Prowler throwbacks, but hey, happy we can make it happen nonetheless.
Well, what do you make of the point spread tonight? Does it feel like a lot of respect for the home team here as a 3.5-point favorite to this Kansas City team that takes care of business now, seemingly like most times going back good 7-8 years here with Reed and Mahomes? Or do you think this is priced appropriately based on how Jacksonville has played this year?
Yeah, I think it's price appropriate, especially based off the run game for both outfits. The Jaguars, of course, a top 5 rushing outfit by basically every single metric. The Chiefs have struggled to run the ball, and given what the forecast was here at Everbank Stadium today, and the fact that we've had rain pretty much every day for the last 2 weeks here in Duval County, I think that played a factor into why you see the spread as such. I'm actually more curious, and I'll throw it back at you guys. You know, if Xavier Worthy can or can't go, which we should get an active here in about 10 minutes time, I think that also is a fascinating storyline to watch, because I thought we might even see some more movement when it came to the point spread, depending on his availability. I
would be out on the Chiefs if he doesn't go. I'm with you on that and what he means to the offense and how good they looked last week. How about an update on the weather? Is it going to cooperate?
Yes, it is sunny right now at Everbank Stadium. Light clouds, I guess a light breeze, if you want to call it, coming out of, I guess that's the east, something like that. I was on a plane yesterday. I saw that the wind was moving from east to west, so we'll go with that. I'm no meteorologist, but what I will tell you from my friends, of course, over at ESPN, that they had the radar up in the truck earlier, and there is a chance of severe thunderstorms between 9 and 11 p.m., Floridians will hear that and they'll say, well, it's an average Tuesday, but we'll see if that is a factor. Week 1 for the Jacksonville Jaguars, they did have a 1-hour rain delay, which was for a thunderstorm about 12 miles away. And that didn't affect them in terms of their win against the Panthers. So obviously they've played through that before. I'll be curious to see how they would fare on Monday night as with the Chiefs.
Very good. Okay, so I'm glad you brought up the ground games here to begin. And I'll throw some numbers at you. The Chiefs are 29th in rush success rate on defense and 31st overall in rushing EPA. And like most of their metrics, certain numbers are really bad against the ground game. Meanwhile, you know this with Jacksonville, they've been elite in the entire league so far through 4 games. Etienne averaging 6.1 yards per carry and more than 6 yards per touch. So are you pretty convinced here that that's going to continue tonight for Etienne in Jacksonville?
I am, just because I know it's going to be such a point of emphasis, because it really speaks to the identity of who this Jaguars regime, and not just team, this entire organization wants to be under Liam Cohen, James Gladstone, and Tony Baselli. They want to assert their will against an opponent. They want to be people movers, and they want to win from within the trenches. And so I do expect a heavy dose of Travis Etienne. I think you'll see plenty of Bashal Tutin touches to go around as well. I say it on every program, so I'll continue to reiterate it. The fact that LaQuint Allen, who only turned 21 years old, their 7th-round pick out of Syracuse, has established himself as their designated third down running back is obviously massive for a player who's really still just growing into his own body, let alone as an NFL prospect. And so I think you'll see a good rotation of those 3 against the Kansas City Chiefs team that has faced, I believe it's the most amount of light boxes, because teams know, what the Chiefs' MO is. And I think it's going to be interesting to see kind of, how they're able to handle this Jaguars run game that looks a whole lot different than it did a year ago when they were 29th in rushing by most metrics.
Why can't they get Thomas going? And do you think it happens tonight?
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me that question. A lot of theories floating around Jacksonville as to why. I'll just go to this. He's running a lot more in-breaking routes, a lot more crossing routes. It's went from 9% of his total routes from a year ago through the first 3 weeks of the season. It was over 20% of his routes. And you can make the argument of, is he more of an outside boundary go ball type of receiver? I think that Liam Cohen and his staff believe, and Thomas believes, that he can be a well-rounded top 10 wide receiver, in which you have to run not only the whole route tree, but you have to win contested catches, which he really wasn't able to do the first 3 weeks of the season. Now, granted, the hope is that one in-breaking route that he caught against the Texans, the 40-plus yard reception that set up the game-winning touchdown, the hope is that was the breakthrough moment they needed. He had, I believe it was 7 catches last week, all on out-breaking routes. I asked Liam Cohen on Monday if that was designed in order to give him more layups, continue to build his confidence. He said no. After the first drive, Brian Thomas Jr. came over to the sideline, noticed a mismatch, noticed that there was soft coverage along the boundary, and said, keep feeding me to the outside, because I have the ability to exploit the defense of the 49ers there. So maybe that's a nice answer from Liam. Maybe they were really trying to give him layups, but obviously last week, where, he only has the one mistimed route between he and Lawrence, was a massive step after the 2 previous weeks. We'll see what he gets tonight, especially if he does have Trent McDuffie trailing him throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, very good. Mia O'Brien, our guest, follow her on X at Mia O'Brien TV, covers the Jags in Jacksonville for ESPN Radio, live at the stadium tonight. And she's on the progressive guest line. So his prop number, Brian Thomas Jr., 56.5. Also, Travis Hunter is all over the board, as low as 26.5, as high as 32.5. What would you do with those 2 numbers for those 2 players?
Ooh, interesting. Look, ultimately, I think it comes down to what you think of the Chiefs' defense. I am of the mindset that second tier with Nick Bolton and Leo Chanel is actually pretty underrated. In speaking with some contemporaries in the Chiefs media corps, maybe not so much. And so perhaps that's an area of the field that Travis Hunter would be able to exploit, because Nick Bolton has struggled in coverage, and because Hunter has predominantly, and quite frankly, Liam Cohen told us, the only position he has learned on offense up to this point that they want him to master before they teach him the X and the Z is the slot. And so because of that, I'm really curious to see if he's able to find some open space in the middle of the field, or do the Jaguars, which they haven't done since that opening game against Carolina, try to get him downfield, vertical threat. Obviously, that's where he succeeded at Colorado. I'm curious if we finally see that tonight.
Do we get a Parker Washington game tonight on offense? His prop is 15.5.
I'll tell you this, boys. It warms my heart, the fact that we're even having a conversation about a Parker Washington game, who might have the most sure hands of any Jaguars receiver, which is why his 2 drops against the Texans were so shocking week 3. I would say yes, and I think it's because he is the receiver who outside of those 2 drops against the Texans, in tightly contested catch situations, he is going to go up and get it. Obviously, his stature is not that of Brian Thomas Jr., but at the same time, he's able to win in tight windows. And so I would say you go over that 15.5 personally, but obviously De'Ami Brown expected to return tonight after missing last week's game. Maybe that factors into the share of targets for Trevor Lawrence's various receivers, because I don't know what the line is on Brenton Strange. I would take the over on that. I would take the over on whatever that is.
That was the next guy I was going to ask you about. He looks to be as low as 33.5.
So that's similar to what it was, I think, week 2 or week 3. And I told all my friends to take the over, and then he hit the under. So maybe don't listen to me, but I'm interested to see how they use Brenton Strange against the aforementioned linebacking core for the Kansas City Chiefs, because he is the one receiving threat for Trevor Lawrence who has yet to drop a pass this year. And I think that bodes well. I also would certainly, because history at least says that you should certainly look into another tight end in Hunter Long. And if there's a touchdown prop bet there, because he is currently the leading touchdown receiver he leads the Jaguars in that department through 4 weeks of the NFL season.
Yeah. So you'd think anytime touchdown for Hunter Long?
Hey, it's worth a dart throw. How does that sound? It's worth a dart throw.
What about, I've seen people here at the network make a case for Hunter Long. He's as low as now 60-1, but they were getting 100-1 to score the first touchdown of the game.
Ooh, first touchdown of the game's a little rich. I would go with one of the 2 running backs personally. But hey, if you wanna get wild with it, I think he finds the end zone just because he has 3 of the last 4 weeks.
All right, very good. You can follow Mia on X, again, at Mia O'Brien TV. Does a great job, has covered Jacksonville, the Jags, for many, many years, now with ESPN Radio, and she's live at the stadium tonight. Thanks so much for taking some time out, Mia. We really appreciate that.
Absolutely, gentlemen. Happy to hop on with you always.
And she was on the Progressive Guest line there. All right, so.
That is great.
Hunter
he's 11-1 anytime.
Anytime?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she specifically went out of her way. I was going to ask her about Strange anyway, and then to take it down that, path of bringing up Hunter Long on purpose. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can't get to a break fast enough because we got to get some bets in here.
Wow.
We have to fire on what she just said.
Good info.
It was
Strange. I'd like Strange anyways too.
So do I. He's good.
8 targets, 7 targets. He'll get 35 yards, 37 yards.
Ryan Kramer and Sean Green, Sports Gambling Podcast, they are on Hunter Long at 100-1, score the first touchdown. But that's a number that's easily movable. Uh-huh. So when those tweets came out, the best I could find at a couple of books, 60-1. So take that for what it's worth. But sprinkle anytime, yeah?
Yes.
I'll hit it.
Coming in.
All right, we're in the
top of the third.
Snell, okay. Yeah, there you go. Your feet's way ahead of the TV as always.
Yeah, only 1 hit in the game so far. Let's see if Ohtani can put the ball in play.
Unlikely the weight's
unlikely
trading for him.
Unlikely. Oh man, come on, buddy.
How many Ks does Snell have so far?
Hold on.
And
Ohtani. 2.
2. Okay.
2 or 3. Hold on. Let me see if it's up there.
Numbers don't matter. It's one of the
3.
Who cares? 3.
3. Well, not updated yet.
Follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. A lot of bets to run down. In pocket plays coming up next here on a very busy Monday.
To determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3-1 odds. Nope. 5-1. Nope. 10-1. You're on.
All right. Always fun to recap what transpired over the weekend. Wild and wacky. What a vicious beat this was. Schrader over 1.5 made field goals. Oh, he gets hurt. He's out for the season. Torn ACL. Oh, incredible. What it's been like the last couple of weeks with the kicking props. Game 1 ice cream, Brewers. Beautiful. The bats were phenomenal. And a big first inning to take out the Cubbies. Fairbairn over 1.5 field goals winner. Bayern Munich, Frankfurt over 3.5. Bundesliga. Not 1, 2 goals overturned on VAR.
Oh, that's fun.
2-0 final. Get lost. Seahawks, loser. Great job by Mayfield. Broncos plus 3.5 outright. Great comeback by Denver. Loved Peyton going for 2. Colts, easy winner.
Loved Peyton going for 2.
Loved it.
I'm glad you brought it. We forgot to bring that up today. Loved it.
I mentioned it. I snuck it in.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Why'd you like it so much?
Oh, because it's balls of a burglar, man. I'm a big going for 2 proponent kind of guy. I love it.
I like what he said. I came here to win a game. You know, it's right.
Right, like if I'm Callahan, I'm not going to kick the extra point to go down to 9.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Colts easy winner, 40-6, and obviously both teams to make a 33-yard field goal. No good with the Schrader news. Cowboys, Jets, both teams 33-yard field goal winner. Darren Waller, anytime touchdown, plus 280, plus 275. Keep betting that. I'm done now. I got to get off the Ollie Gordon. That's the last time. He gave me a good one at 6-1. But no more Ollie Gordon. I am going to pivot. I'll be on Waller on a weekly basis and the props. He was 28.5. He got that in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, by the way, where'd that disappear to in the second half?
I know, he had 8. Yeah, right. Yeah, McDaniel just goes away from him. He's a matchup nightmare. Chiefs money line tonight. This is up to $2 now. Beat them 8 in a row. I think Jacksonville's good. Not great. And I think they benefited from 13 takeaways. I'm going to trust Spags and Mahomes tonight on the road. And I'm shocked this has come down. This is now 4.5 next Monday night. Commanders at home against the Bears. The new plays, Thornton over 15.5 receiving yards. I think he'll catch a long one tonight. At least one. And the VSiN.com article, Butker over 1.5 again was a play with the field goals, and he got there last week.
All right, good luck today, Pauly. I'm on the same bet. We'll get to that. Recapping the action from the weekend. Maryland plus 6. Did you see any of that game at all? Up 20-3 in complete control, and then Washington took a 24-20 lead, and they had the ball. I'm like, if I don't cover this game. But they did. Purdue, how about the muff punt in that game? Huge. They couldn't cover 9.5. Tip of my cap to Illinois. Horrible spot for them. And they showed up, and they were really good. The Navy Air Force over 51.5. That was such a great game to watch. Again, both they combined for almost 1,000 yards of offense, throwing the ball left and right. Guys were wide open. Now, the problem is this. I want to keep riding the Air Force overs, but not the game against UNLV this week is 68. So they've bumped it up accordingly. Saints pick them. Never a sweat against the Giants. Come on. Easy peasy, Pauly. It would have been...
What do you get out of here?
It would have been a terrific weekend if the Woody Marks bets came in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they did not. Watching that game, they never really went to him in the air. And the Ravens are the worst team basically in the entire league at guarding running backs in the aerial assault. So those were 2 losers. The Montgomery handicap came in. That was fun to watch. The sad story, obviously, of his sister getting paralyzed more than a year ago. He's from Cincinnati, first time ever back, first time that his sister was going to have a chance to see him play in person. And you knew how special it was for this guy and also the coaching staff. Look, I mean, for him to throw a touchdown early on, and they were going to do whatever they could to get him a touchdown. That was a winner with 2 units. Anytime touchdown Lions win. He went over 50.5 rushing yards. That was a winner. And also had 3-1 on him, plus 310. Should have been in pocket as well. For most rushing yards in the game, that was also a winner. Jordan Mason, yesterday on the show, under 66.5. That got in. And did you see this now with Sean Tucker as well? I keep asking you, do you see this stuff? He had 3 catches, minus 7 yards.
What?
Now, that's tough to pull off.
Oh, what happened?
I missed him. I don't know. I missed his completions. But I had over 4.5 receiving yards, so that was no bueno there. And as for tonight, I'm with you on Thornton. Over 14.5, minus 115. Small number. Mahomes likes to go to him. They take shots too. So that can go over in 1 catch.
Now, where is this pitch? Did you see this now? God, these strike zones are ridiculous. Where's this pitch? Oh, he struck him out, 3-2. Now they called it ball 4. God, you're on Thornton as well. Yep. I can't believe it.
I missed it, so I don't even. Who's at the plate? Is Philadelphia batting?
Yeah. Lazardo went 1-2-3, no problem. Both guys have 3 strikeouts. Should have been 4 for Snell. It always drives me nuts about baseball. Isn't that asinine? Oh, no. Forget the rule book. It's my strike zone.
Oh, God,
It's my strike zone tonight.
Says who?
I can't.
How do you get to create it?
I can't. I thought he struck him out twice there. He walked him. Incredible. Now the leadoff guy's on. G-Bank, built with sports bettors in mind. Right now, earn a $50 cashback reward bonus once you're approved and your account's open with the G-Bank Visa Signature Card. Most credit cards, street sports books, and gaming transactions as cash advances, even when it's your own money. G-Bank treats them as regular purchases. No cash advance fees. You save up to 3 to 5% on every deposit. You'll earn 1% cash back on all eligible sports books and gaming transactions. 2% cash back on everything else you buy. Apply now. VSiN.com/GBank. VSiN.com/GBank. I'll ring you up. You look at the pitch with 2 strikes. You better be swinging. Take the bat off your shoulder. That's how they should look at it. Both guys with 3 Ks. Snell 7.5. Luzardo was 6. Bottom of the third, no score.
Tomorrow the tip jar is open.
Yeah.
Long shot bets. And we're going to also, people have they have spoken. During this segment, we'll showcase some of the big ones that are possible winners, but also they want us to give like legs that we would consider building more cross-break parlays with. Yeah. I was high on Penn State to make the playoffs. Those would be losers now.
Clemson, ACC, Boise to make the playoff, another one as well.
FTM@vsin.com is the email. By the way, for those of you tuning in today wondering, what the hell you guys dress like this for? I have the Italy zip-up along with the Italy hat. Pauly's got the Edmonton Oilers jersey on.
Gretzky, baby.
There you go.
Yep.
Today was the funeral for the late, great Dave Sharapan, sportsbook consigliere. And they had the visitation, the services over the weekend, and his funeral was this morning. And for those who did not know Dave, first of all, he was an awesome human being. And he was was in the quest for the $9 million and the quest for the $14 million documentaries here. He had some famous sayings. Nobody knows bleep, which was great. I mean, that he would have been screaming that from the mountaintops after the Arizona loss yesterday. Nobody knows bleep. 55 years old. And he got cancer earlier this year, and it just took off like wildfire, and that was it. And so the funeral was today, and every time you saw him, he was wearing like a matching jersey to go along with a hat. That was his look. And so, R.I.P. Dave, man, you're going to be missed. Wife, 3 kids. Our condolences.
Well said. Always in a good mood. There's a great shot
Always in
there.
a good mood, Paul.
Yep. See, there it is. The Penguin jersey, the Penguins hat. Awesome. You got the Degenerates Paradise hoodie on. I got the Winnipeg Jet throwback Bobby Hall jersey. And it was awesome. Always would dress like that. Great mood. Always happy to see you. Talk to people. Come on, let's get a picture. Come on, get a picture.
All the time.
Yeah,
all the
he's
time.
Great.
Yeah, I was looking through my stuff today, and I realized I don't have a single jersey that matches the hat. Like I
cannot believe I go up to the Lids, the store here, and all they have was the Vegas Golden Knights and the one New York Ranger hat. It's a hat store. You got no hockey.
That's it?
Come on. We got a hockey team here.
No
Plus
kidding.
all the fans that visit here as well.
Well, of course. I mean,
get something.
The Canadian teams and like the original 6 teams, they travel here like crazy to watch their teams play the Golden Knights.
Yeah. Good stuff up there. He has got 5 strikeouts now, Snell. Should have struck out the side.
What was his prop today?
7.5. He's got 5
that's
already.
Right. 7.5 over was plus money. And the K-prop projections at VSiN.com, they were high on Luzardo. They had him going to like almost 7.
Do you want to go under in play, or are you worried about these bullpens, or at least the Philly bullpen?
I would be worried about that.
They just showed Killian Murphy, and they interviewed him. I'm sure he's ready to go as well.
Does he have Oppenheimer 2 coming out? What's going on there?
That's one of my favorite stories, because he's a dead ringer, and people think it's him, and he'll sign the autograph. Killian Murphy. That's how he sounds. He'll sign it. He'll forget it's glass now.
We're going to hang out for an extra half an hour, talk about this Monday Night Football game with Matt Humes and Tim Murray coming up next here on VSiN Primetime.